Hey everybody, it's game day! Week 4 into the college football season, and things have not gone quite as smoothly as I thought so far for my Jackets. But tonight at 7:30, we take on North Carolina in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. We give up a home game in order to play at the Benz, and I guess that Collins does that to get all the recruits stoked or something. A lot of people hate it and would rather just have the home game. I don't really feel one way or another about it. I guess it's kind of cool to play in there every once in a while, but I mean, you should probably just save these neutral site games for bowl games. I think that makes them more special, and it's pretty cool. But I guess it helps recruiting or something. And when it comes to Jeff Collins and the things he does for recruiting, I don't question those at all. But as for his on-field coaching abilities, well, that may be a different story. Anyway, so we take on North Carolina tonight. It's going to be at the Benz, yep. And I guess I need to talk about the matchup. Last week, of course, my Jackets took it to the wire against Clemson, about had them, and we played our hearts out. And I'm interested to see how we kind of bounce back from that tough loss, and it felt like a moral victory. Well, it shows up on a record as a loss, not a moral victory. So I'd like to see some wins coming up right now, and this would be a good chance to pull off the upset that we weren't able to last week, right? So some things about this matchup. Well, this is going to be the hardest offense that we've faced yet. Yes, the North Carolina offense is going to be better than Clemson's. And I know that they looked, kind of bad week 1, and then nobody's really paid attention to them since then. But they have quietly as possible, put up 59 points 2 weeks in a row on Georgia State, and which Georgia State's like me. But then come in last week and did it against Virginia. Blew them out 59-39. And the thing about that, yes, they, put up 59 points. Well, they allowed 39 points. Brennan Armstrong, the Virginia quarterback, he threw for like 500 yards, and they still lost. This is not, if we want to have any type of chance in this game, we're going to have to play defense. We're not going to be able, I'll tell you right now, our offense is not capable of scoring. I'm not sure that they're capable of scoring that many points on anybody. We have a lot to work on offense still. So our defense, this is their first true test. And if they come out and hold UNC to 20-something points this game, we'll have a chance to win. And I'll take back everything I said about our defense and the criticisms I've had about that, because we have looked good so far this year. We held on defense. We had Northern Illinois to 22 points, held Kennesaw State to 17, held them to 3 for most of the game, and that's a triple option team, which isn't easy to defend. And then held Clemson to 14 points, and that's great. But those offenses aren't exactly the most high-powered, amazing offenses, and so everybody's talking about our defense, but I'm not quite sold on our defense yet. We'll see how we do against this insane North Carolina offense, because they did start out slow in that first game, but it looks like they've really hit their stride, figured out what they got going on. They just got upset week 1. Hopefully they get upset this week too, but I'm not so sure. Our offensive line is still a problem. I have no idea who's going to be starting for quarterback, because it's a government secret. I heard Jeff Sims is okay, or rumor. It's all rumors. Jeff Collins keeps it a huge big secret about who's hurt or playing or not or whatever. So I'm hoping it's Yates, Jordan Yates. He's just a leader. He's just good, and I don't know. There's nothing he could have possibly done anymore to earn the job. He's just what the team needed, and I think he's a big reason that we've popped up lately and had so much kind of passion in the team again after that loss to Northern Illinois. So, yes, I think Yates should get the starting job this week, and I think if he gives us the best chance to win the games. It's a shame what happened to Sims, but I don't know. Will we finally be able to get some blocks and put our running backs into some space? Because if you can just get some blocks for these guys, they'll make some insane plays. We have 3 outstanding running backs. Of course, one is Jahmyr Gibbs, which he hasn't quite had a breakout game yet. And I saw something concerning on the sideline last week. I mean, this is pure a theory for me, but I saw him arguing with the running backs coach, Tashard Choice, and they looked pretty heated. And I don't know if that's because Jahmyr hasn't been able to do anything because he hasn't been got any blocks. I really don't blame him if that's what it is. I mean, if it's something else, if it's something else, I have no idea. That I just saw that, and I've been I had a theory for a while that might be what they're frustrated about. But in the press conferences, they're very nice to the offensive line. They're like, oh, because they always get asked. The running backs in the press conferences always get asked, oh, what about the offensive line? And they're like, nobody's perfect. We believe in them, and everything like that. So hopefully the offensive line is able to get our running game together, because we have to be, yes, our defense has to play about what they're promised, but our offense also needs to be able to keep up, because as good as our defense might be, has a potential to be, we have to be able to score in turn. We can't. This isn't Clemson or whatever else other crappy team we're playing. They'll score even on a good defense. So we cannot rely on our defense this week. So I'm nervous about our running game. For our passing game, I pretty much have no faith in it as far as being able to make huge explosive passing plays. It's going to be a lot of quick, hitch passes, and run blocking, is one thing, but Yates, when he takes a snap and drops back, he's only got a couple seconds to find an open man. It's just not enough time for our receivers to get any kind of separation. So that's something I really just have no faith in. But as I said, Yates is a good game manager, and he can make the short passing plays work and cut them to death 1,000 times. And so that is probably what we will wind up seeing as for our passing game. So if we can combine that, our short little passes, with our insanely talented running backs. Yes, I forgot to mention our other 2 running backs. We have Jahmyr Gibbs, and then Dante Smith, and then Jordan Mason. And Dante Smith has something like 10 carries for 120 yards. He's averaging like 10-something yards per carry. It's insane. So they have talked about getting him some more touches. The dude's a beast. He's really broken out. He's kind of having the year I thought Jahmyr Gibbs would have, and to think we got both of them on our team, I'm sure it's only a matter of time before Jahmyr Gibbs, gets together. And then of course we have Jordan Mason. He can just pound the rock. He's a really solid dude. If it were me on that goal line stand last week, I would have handed it to him. Had him come into motion and just pound him up the middle. Man, he's a beast. He's really good for that type of stuff. And then Gibbs, when you get him in the open field, it's like, ooh. So our running game does have potential. We just got to get him the blocks. So that's in a nutshell pretty much this matchup this week. I don't really expect the Mercedes-Benz Stadium to be freaking jumping and packing. We can't even pack out our own stadium. So it'll honestly probably be mostly North Carolina fans, which is sad. I would go, but I like streaming the games here. I don't know, but anyway, go Jackets, you guys, and I'll see you at 7:30 to stream the game.